All right, I am recording this video to provide you all with some help in completing homework 3. The first thing to know is that the data set for homework 3 is available on Canvas. You can download it when you go to assignment, and it's actually called homework HW345 because this same data set is the one you'll be working on for homework 3, 4, and 5. So the thing to know is that you're going to be uploading 4 output files at the end of this assignment, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So the whole process will involve saving at various steps along the way. So okay, so this is the instruction for this homework assignment, and I'm going to go ahead and start here, which is step 1, creating a frequency table for age. Okay, so the data set is here, and you'll see that we have variables of gender, age, test score, just make that a little bit bigger, and ethnicity. And you'll see here that the gender has already been identified. It's a categorical variable, it's a nominal variable, so that's labeled appropriately. Age, of course, is a ratio variable, so it's labeled as a scale variable because in SPSS it doesn't matter between scale and interval. Sorry, between ratio and interval, both are called scale. Test score, similarly, is a scale variable. And then finally, ethnicity. We know that ethnicity is different. We categorize people based on their ethnicity, and so that's a nominal variable. And let's see here. You'll see also that we already have processed some of the data. So we have values for gender, 1 for male, 2 for female. And ethnicity, we have 1 for white. Actually, let me make a little adjustment here. I'm going to change that 1 Caucasian. There we go. Just because APA style actually suggests that if you label the ethnic groups, you should be consistent and label Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, and Asian, as opposed to switching back and forth between white and Black and Caucasian and African American. So, okay, I'm going to click OK, and yeah, and I'm going to go to data view. So again, this is where all of our data is, and I'm going to click on Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and then Frequencies is located right here. So that's what step 1 is, the frequency for age. So to do this, you just select age, move it over to the variable column, and it does ask in the assignment for some additional statistics. Request the minimum, maximum, mean, median, and mode. I'm going to do that there, right here, minimum, maximum, mean, median, and mode. Okay, so I'm going to click continue and then click on OK. And what this provides you is, well, it starts here, frequencies. This is the data set it's utilizing. This is the basic statistics. So this is what we requested to start it off. We get the, well, it's in a different order, mean, 17.44. Median was 18, the mode was 18, the minimum was 12 years old, and the maximum was 25 years old. Okay, so that covered that. And then down here, this is the frequency table. So we see here that there were 3 participants with the age of 12, 4 with the age of 13, and so on. And then we see the total number of participants was 41. And then we see here the percentage and the valid percent. There's no missing data, so these are the same. And then the cumulative percent is adding these together. So 7.3 plus 9.8 is 17.1, and so on. Okay, so for this one, that's all we have to do. Now I just need to, and you can see here that this output was from the last video, the last assignment, the homework 2. So, but it helps to show how to do this. So you can delete this by clicking on cut, or let's see here, does delete work? Yeah, for this one, delete does work. And so here, now I have only the output for the frequency analysis. All right, so I can go here and click Save As. And so I can actually save this as, I'm supposed to be saving it as homework 3 and question 1. There it is. Homework 3, question 1. And it's a .spv, so it's the output file, a viewer file. So I'm going to click on Save. And then I can go ahead and close this. All right, the next one is descriptives for test score. So going back here, I'm going to click on Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and then Descriptives. And I can click on Test Score. And I have to add some additional, gather the following descriptives: mean, range, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. Okay, so we have options. Some of these were already collected. Mean and standard deviation. We need to click on skewness, kurtosis, and range. And I think that was it. Mean, range, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. Yes, that is it. So I'm going to click continue and then click OK. All right, and you'll see here that it has the output, the log of the process that we just carried out, that we ran descriptive statistics on test score, and here is our output. All right, so that's it for this one. We can click Save As, and then we can click here, but it changes homework 3, question 2, and save. And then we close this one out because we don't need this one anymore. Then we have the explore function, looking at test scores for males and females separately. So this one, we take 2 variables at the same time. All right, so let's bring that up. We're going to go Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and Explore. And the factor is we want to look at males and females separately. So that's gender. We want to move that to our factor. And test score is our dependent variable. So we're trying to group together males as one group and females as another group and look at their test scores. And yep, and that's all you have to do for this one is just run this, and it's going to provide you with, in a second, there it is, a case processing summary. So we can see that there's 20 males and 21 females, and then we get the mean and well, we get a bunch of descriptive statistics for males and a bunch for females. Notice here, this standard error, this is not the standard deviation. We have the mean, and then down here is the standard deviation, just for future reference. Okay, and now we can actually save this. I'll click on Save As, and this is question 3. Save. And close this one out. And then our 4th one, using the Explore function, obtain the descriptive statistics of test scores, but now for each ethnicity separately. So instead of looking at by gender, we're looking at it by ethnicity. So same process, Explore, and instead of it gender, we're doing ethnicity, and obtain the, yep, and so that's all we have to do. Click OK, and now we have this output here. Now let's say if I were to do something accidentally and run descriptive statistics, Explore, and let's say instead of test score, you ended up looking at age. Okay, what do you do here? Now you've got an output that you don't need for your homework assignment. So there's one way you could just close this out and restart. Didn't take long to do, so you can always do that. But if you look here on the left, you see this sort of a record of all the different things that are being done. If you click up here, actually if you click right here, you see how all the things below got highlighted or selected, and you can see the different boxes are now highlighted. This is the second one we did, so this is the one that we didn't need. This is age by ethnicity. So you can go ahead and right click and cut, and that deleted everything you did there. So in case you need to remove output that you don't need to work with. And then also we remove this. This is the log, so cut that as well. Okay, so again, I can save this. I want to save it as homework 3, question 4. All right, now the short answer questions, I won't walk you through this, but you can go back to your data files. So if I pull those up, documents here, I can go back here and question 1, I can look here, and the question was, is the distribution unimodal or bimodal? What are the modal ages? So there is actually a single mode. It is, if you look at the most common score, it is this one right here. There's 6 18-year-olds, and there's none that are higher than that. So that's one mode. So it's unimodal, and the modal age is 18. And then you could do the same for question 2, 3, 4 here, just looking at the different values. For this one, you're going to look at skewness and kurtosis. Is it between -1 and +1? If it is, for both skewness and kurtosis, then it is normally distributed. For this one, if there is just, if you look at the numbers and say, okay, this gender had this score and this gender had that score, and if they look fairly close, you could go ahead and say, oh, they seem to perform equally well. But if you notice, oh, this one definitely scored higher than another, then you can say this one is performing better. And then lastly, for question 4, let me bring that one up. If you go to the box plot for this one, you're going to look for any outliers. Are there any people that don't fit in? And so you'll want to make note of, this refers to case 20, that this person is an outlier for Caucasian. Their test score is quite a bit lower than the rest. So case 20 scored about a 15 on the test. Okay, and yep, and that was it. So the last step is to upload your data. But I'm asking you to learn how to do a task, and I will go ahead and show you how to do that. And so you're going to save this document. So I'm going to save as, and I'm going to put this in the same folder as what I had before. Save that. Okay, now if I go to documents, I've got homework 3, question 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I also have my output here. And I didn't give it my, I didn't put my last name there, but yeah, but you know how to do that. And then I'm gonna right click it, and I'm gonna click on send to compressed folder. In a Mac, this might look a little bit different, but this is how you do it in Windows. You're gonna click here, and you'll notice that the files are still here, right? They're all still available, but this copies them and puts them in a compressed format. And so I'm going to put that in, and we need to call this Lehman Homework 3, so I don't need that here, so I'm going to take that off. And you'll see if I open this up, all my files are there. It's always good to double check. And then this file here, this compressed file, is what you're going to be uploading onto Canvas. So you just upload this one file or one folder, which has 5 files inside of it. Okay, so hopefully that was that made sense and you followed along. If not, you can always send me an email and ask me some questions. But I wish you the best in finishing this assignment. So hope it goes well. Okay.